Hi everyone, so basically I kind of messed up a bit on the last video. I recorded it, but what happened is my mic was turned off when I recorded it, so what I'm going to have to do is, I've got the game volume okay, so I'm going to have that video playing in the background while I commentate. This isn't live commentary then, which is a bit of a shame because, you know, that's how it happens. For some reason the game put me back in this room. I'm not entirely sure why. So I quickly make my way through this room. This puzzle really isn't too tricky anyway. I mean, as long as you know how to do it, you can pretty much do it first time. So a lot of these puzzles are trial and error, so that can be a bit of an issue. But here, what you got to do is smack this platform to make it blue. That's red. No, blue. There we go. And you want to hit this flower, so you go blue, and I get an email popping up right here, which is quite annoying. So I blink over to the ledge, and I need to head this way to get the second flower, to then proceed upwards. So I go over here, and then that's completely wrong way. Don't know why that box is there, but yeah, perhaps it's to get one of the scrolls, which I have not found. So past this, you want to grab this flower and head up here. Not like that, preferably. Okay. Up we go. Nice. Right. This bit can be a little bit tricky if you don't know how, but clinging onto these root or the branches of the tree can be slightly off-putting. So we're coming quite close to the third boss now. In the next couple of minutes. I do cut during that boss fight just because I try it so many times and it just gets really tedious, and it's not really that much of a hard boss fight, it's a bit time consuming. So over here is an area that you can head to get a scroll, I believe, once you've got the Polarity hood, but obviously I don't have that yet until you don't get it until you've beaten the MechaBird, I think it's called. Again, I'm not too familiar with the names of these bosses. I'll probably look it up before I post the video. So through here, you'll be able to come through, and you'll see this area has got a scroll down there. Not entirely sure. I think that's from the area below, which we needed the Polarity hood for to reach, basically. If it does stutter every so often, that is because I'm watching it on my computer, so it could be a bit laggy in that respect. So for that, I do apologise. Okay, so up here is where we meet. If you balance on those platforms over there, you can actually head over to get a scroll. There's a few of them hinged about. So you have MechaBird. It's pretty simple to defeat him. Wait for him to do that stance and blink inside his ribcage. Hit him with Y or B or whatever you've got the punching set to, and blink back out. Because if you don't blink out, he will kill you. You need to blink through those shockwaves, and then he'll release these weird bug bomb things. I'm not quite sure. It reminds me of something you'd see from Zelda. So they track you for a little bit, but they knock those platforms down, making the fight ever so much harder. So then he'll do a lightning strike. You can hear it, and then boom. And I died first time on that. So that's a good start. So you got to rinse and repeat that process. After he's done that electric shock, he goes back to phase 1, or he goes back to stage 1 of phase 2, should I say. And he repeats, you can attack him in his ribcage, he'll come towards you. But if you miss his ribcage, he will try and slice you with his claws, so you got to watch out for that. That can be a bit tricky at times. He'll release 2, on the first phase he releases 1 of those, and the second phase he releases 2, on the third phase he releases 3. There's about 3 phases, I think. So, it's really not too bad when you know how. But I try about 5 times. I think I mess up quite badly. After about another 3 minutes, I sort of give up, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a rest. So ooh, you see the claws can be a real pain there if you don't know what you're doing. You see, it almost looks like he's got a scroll in his ribcage, and that sort of bothered me when I first fought him. I thought perhaps there's a scroll in there you can grab, but no. There isn't a scroll in there. So that blows up. That can be really. That does make the fight ever so much harder, because you know you can easily misjudge these jumps, you know, and just end up in the thorns. So now you head back in. That's phase 2 done. He will do all of the things in his phase a few more times. So he's got the bug things that he drops now. So this can be a real bastard to avoid. See, I almost died there. And then he'll do the electric shock, which really isn't too bad when you know how. So I was probably on the verge of killing him. I think I had to do... After I'd hit him this time, I think I had to do it one more time. Yeah, so... Okay. He has... Oh, you see, I messed up that jump really badly there. That was... It's quite painful to watch this, really. It is a bit annoying that this isn't live footage, or like it's not live commentary rather, because that does kind of make my videos. I've never really done sort of post-recording footage or post-recording sound. I don't really do that much on my channel. I like things to be live and fresh, and you know it makes things more interesting. Personally, that's what I think. So he'll do the lightning shock now. So through there nicely. Okay, so now we'll charge the water cell. We're gonna smack him. Get out of there because shit gets wrong. If you do stay in there for too long, you will die from electric shock. It took me a little while to figure that out. You know, like 2 or 3 attempts before I realised. Oh, you've got to blink back out. So yeah, watch out for that. And I died horribly there. I think after the next attempt, I think I say this attempt that it's going to be the last attempt, and then I'm going to cut because. Obviously, I don't want to take up the whole video just me failing at one boss fight, because obviously that's boring for you, and you get the gist of how to defeat it by this point anyway. It's pretty much rinse and repeat. I think it's just the curse of recording. As soon as you set up to record a game, you're just instantly destined to fail at it. It's just part of nature. So he's gonna do the electric shock again, and we're gonna probably fail. Okay. I'm going to fail at some point soon, so it's just a case of when. Smack that. Yep. Okay, so you want to... That is just how I found it easier, is that I've got a certain platform that I like to stay on. I like to stay on this platform for the electric shock and travel to there, but for these bugs, I like to go from the inner to the... from the outer to the inner. That's just how I find it. I find it easier like that. And I get very close to defeating him this time. I think I get onto his last phase. Something stupid like that. So yeah, as soon as I've gone inside his cage now, so yeah, you see I'm on the last phase now, and I probably messed it up completely. Yep. Oh, okay. Doing better than I thought I'd do. I probably mess up on these guys. Yeah. So I cut. I let you guys know that I've cut. So there we go. Magic. Whoa. And stuff. So we head on over here and see what we have waiting for us. It's going to be quite an interesting journey, but there we go. So there we have the Polarity hood. If you do have, if you go blue, you can try and travel up these, and there's a little gap in the middle of the room just above the puppet, and that is where one of the scrolls are. That it's a really well hidden one, but I've got the Polarity thing on the triggers, as you can see. That's just how I like to have it, personally, but it's completely your call how you set it up. It's annoying it doesn't have a default, but it would be nice if they added that later. They had a default for how they think the controls should be laid out. So over here I actually grab a scroll which I haven't already got before. I actually pick it up because I haven't been picking up the scrolls because I've got all the scrolls, or a majority of them up to this point. So I managed to grab this scroll, which is quite amazing because I don't usually managed to do that. It's the first one I've actually picked up. I've shown you guys how to get some of them, but I haven't actually, you know, specifically grabbed any. So I fail that. Instead of blinking, I polarify, if you know what I mean. So we head on down here. Through here. We're back in the tower. So, yep, this tower's getting tall. So up we go, and I just do this just to check that there isn't a secret up here, because in some of the floors there have been little secrets up higher, but obviously none for this room. This room's really tricky, and I do kind of fail first time round on this room. I forget to blink, or I blink too late, and yeah, you got to jump, and then when you're lined up you blink, while obviously using the blue polarity from the trigger which I've got set there. If you do get into this middle section, you can wait for it to turn all the way around until the gap's at the top, then go red, fly upwards, and there's a scroll between two of the lasers in the ceiling. It can be a little bit tricky to get. I got it on my other file, so I'm not going to bother picking it up here, obviously, because I don't need the achievement, and I'll probably do some sort of video showing you how to get all the scrolls at a later date. So this room, I failed at first time, but I managed to do it second time pretty easily. It's really not too much of a tricky room. You've got to smash the blocks or the scrap metal into there to make a giant molten electrified scrap thing, and I completely failed there. For some reason I walk into that, which was really good, and I just check how long we've been going for. So about 10 minutes and 10.5 minutes ish. So I smack that shizzle back into the box, and it's like, and that does look like a brain sucker on the front of that box, which is a bit weird, because Metroid's not really, you know, puzzles, but yeah. Okay, we go, and you got to quickly drop down. I know you can't see it on here because the bar at the bottom's taken away, but drop down into this room before it falls into place. So over here, if you blink through this lava thing, you will be able to get to a secret room where you can turn blue, Polarity blue. You'll get sucked onto the ceiling, drop down, go round underneath that, and grab that scroll. It's pretty simple to do. I thought I'd show you instead of actually picking it up, because I'll probably do a separate series on how to collect the scrolls. Again, not 100% sure if I will. For some reason I go blue there, and I get sucked into the lava, which was probably the best thing I've ever done in this Let's Play, or the walkthrough. So this you need to go really low down and then high up to get that scroll up top. It's pretty simple to do, again, if you know what you're doing. So I'm going to end the video here because you know, this room's pretty simple-ish if you know how, but there's that scroll at the top that I still don't know how to get, because, you know, I'll probably spend some time trying to figure out how to get it in this room. But I'll leave you guys now because, you know, I've spoken to you enough, and sorry that this footage wasn't live, because that's a bit of a shame, but I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Boop.